Okay, we're going to paint a little arrangement with poppies as the focus. I'm going to use this light pink color. I've used brilliant pink, shell pink, and a little bit of quinacridone rose. I'm actually going to start with the center of my poppy. I'm just going to go right toward the center of my paper. This one's going to be forward facing. And I'm just going to be careful not to touch the center here as I paint my first poppy. I'm coming really close to that center but not touching it because I don't want them to bleed together. I accidentally touched the color there, which isn't a big deal. I just preferred it not to touch, but that's okay. Okay. And next I'm going to be painting a side view, or the 3/4 view poppy, over on this side. Again, starting with the center. And to get this kind of coral color, I'm mixing brilliant orange and quinacridone rose. I'll just soften that with a little bit of water. Okay, and then last I'm going to paint a side view poppy over here. Okay, next I'm going to add in some filler flowers. I'm going to start with Crispidia, which are like these bright yellow balls. They're super fun. And then next I'm going to add in some little daisies. And I'm trying to decide what color I want them to be. I think I'm going to do this light pink color. Just to help tie this color in. And I'm just using my brush to create little dashes for the petals. All right, now I get to start adding in my greenery and just connecting everything together. So I'm using my cadmium yellow medium hue, and then a little bit of sap green, and a little bit of my perylene green. I'm just going to start adding stems where it makes sense. And everything's going to kind of come back to the center of my composition. And I'm just mixing in some other colors that were right here on my palette to that green that I already used. I don't want to have the same color across the whole thing. I feel like just varying the color a little bit adds a lot of interest. And if you don't have colors on your palette, you can just mix in a little bit of blue or a little bit of a darker green or something like that to get a similar effect. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with an even darker green, adding in some Payne's Gray, and then that sap green again. Just going to change up the green a little bit. the color and the size. All right, and now I've got this kind of weird little gap in here. So all I'm going to do is just add another leaf. You don't want to go too crazy with the greenery, but you just want enough so that it rounds everything out. I'm just going to go ahead with that Payne's gray and add just a few tiny little details in here. I'm using my size 0 round brush. I want these to be really, really delicate and light. Now you don't have to add detail lines like this. This is kind of a style choice that I've made. You do what feels comfortable for you, and that's how you develop your own style. That one's a little bit too wet. Okay, now I'm going to stop on the leaves for just a second because a few of them are still drying. And I'm going to go in and add some of those same kind of detail lines to my poppies. Now I kind of stopped halfway on these because I'm going to go in with that same color and just kind of darken that edge. It just kind of adds to the effect that that petal is curling up on the side. And very last, just gonna add some little tiny centers to these little daisies. Okay, there you go.